All right, let's talk about NWA's 73rd anniversary show with our first match, which actually turned out to be one of the show stealers, I thought.
I know.
Thom Latimer, Crimson, and Tim Storm. So Crimson was attacked by Jax Dane during his entrance, and it was a brutal attack. And once again, taking away the War Kings, setting up a rivalry.
Yep.
Awesome all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Storm and Thom Latimer brutalize each other.
Oh, God, yes.
They hit each other with everything under the sun. There was a spot where Latimer did like a flip onto Tim Storm through a barricade on the floor. That looked like it sucked. Crimson came back out. And this was all very well flowing too, by the way. They had a wonderful triple threat match after that. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. What was that?
I don't know what that was. You heard that, right?
I did. Was that from my phone?
I don't know.
Anyways.
We just heard like this random beep out of fucking nowhere. I was like, what the hell was that?
Anyways, let's talk more about this match.
I'll have to check and make sure. So Tim Storm did win with the Perfect Storm on Crimson, which I thought was kind of an interesting decision for him to be pinned, but whatever. Tim Storm won.
Yep.
I thought this was a great match and a great opener.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It was just amazing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're going to make Pro Wrestling Majestic again. So we're going to start off with the NWA World Tag Team Champions that happened tonight. Here's my thing.
My ass hurts.
I know. Mine does too. I did like this change, but I really wanted to see a Kratos Stevens breakup. That's what I would have done. Because then you give these two...
right, but I think that will play out on Power. So, don't worry about it.
But the problem is that you're on this big stage and you have all these people. You can get up and take a stretch if you want. I adjusted. I think maybe you should adjust.
Ow. Oh, God, my ass hurts so bad.
Mine does too.
With
this one, honestly, I wouldn't have done a damn thing different.
It was a good
Brawl and
match.
the Lou, absolutely nothing. Also, once again, especially with what we talked about with this match, you had Crimson, who lost the match, in a rivalry with Jax Dane.
Exactly.
And that's going to be sweet. Thom Latimer was strictly business, so he's going to be fine. And with Tim Storm, he's kind of winding down his career, but he still did a great job.
Yeah.
And I think it was a really good, feel-good moment, especially for Tim Storm, who tried his best with the NWA, especially in a dark period, being the world champion at that time.
Exactly.
A really good send-off for him. I don't know if he's retired or not, by the way. Chris Adonis, James Storm. Here's... I'm not sure what I would do. Here's... I don't think I really could have done anything different.
I wouldn't change a thing.
Exactly.
It was fine. For what it was fine.
Well,
now, could they have done a clean match? Yes, they could have. They should have.
No. Here's my thing. The match itself, once again, was fine up until the finish. Then the finish was awesome because that kind of like weird sloppy pin whatever thing, it forwards a rivalry.
Right.
James Storm is clearly not in the picture of the NWA World Heavyweight Champion right now. And I don't want James Storm to be sitting on the shelf. So him and Adonis continuing some sort of rivalry is a good thing.
It's fine, right.
But also, James Storm is not only with Adonis, but Adonis is with Strictly Business. He can go into a rivalry with Thom Latimer, as Adonis has to defend the title now against Jusias.
Right.
So, there's a lot of different things with this, especially with this, crazy pin.
Yeah.
That's something that can happen more.
Right. Something that can be done in the future.
Right. So, once again, an open chapter that you got to finish, and I don't mind that. Once again, thinking 5 steps ahead. I wouldn't have done a damn thing different. Not a single thing different.
Nope.
I I probably would have given the match a little more time.
Yep, that's the only thing.
Maybe a little more drama. Maybe something so razor close. Maybe even a false finish.
Yeah?
Where Adonis did something sneaky and rolled up Trevor Murdoch, where he won, and then Murdoch got and then Corgan came out and did that, and then that's where the fight started with Adonis and Corgan. That would have been cool. Mm-hmm. There would have been a lot of better ways to do the ending than they did, but
you know what?
The right person won.
Yes,
100%. And now Aldis is going to do something that I think it said Adonis. Nick Aldis. Mickie James and Kylie Ray. I wouldn't have done the match.
Yeah.
I feel like this match was totally useless.
It was useless. You could have ignored it. I ignored it. And I felt fine.
I should have ignored it, but I'm sorry. I don't like it when things are stupid, especially when it comes to a big pay-per-view. No. It doesn't make sense. Mickie James, if they were going to do this match, this should have happened on Empower. There was no reason for this at all. None. But the only thing that really saved this was the Deonna Purrazzo attack.
Oh, yes.
That is legitimately it. But, hindsight's 2020. Mickie James maybe should have chosen a different opponent. A couple of other matches that should have happened that could have been better that I just didn't have pictures for. The six-man tag, I would have totally put on something different, not this.
Yeah, the six-man tag was full of shit.
It was full of shit. It was total garbage. I would have put that on this pay-per-view. I would have taken that time and separated it out into some better matches.
Yep.
Maybe that world title match could have been a 30-minute, awesome match.
A 30-minute classic.
Right. Time limit draw, 5 more minutes. Are you kidding me? Everybody in that building would have lost their damn minds.
Right.
That would have been sweet.
Yeah.
So, would have done something totally different than that. The Ric Flair segment, maybe drawn a little too much, but, it's Ric Flair.
It's Ric Flair.
I liked some of the little stories that they had. A lot of people really liked it, so great. The Kamille Chelsea Green match. I would have done a different contender, especially where they were. But Kamille winning was totally fine.
It was fine.
It was a right call overall.
Yep.
Let's go to Empower. Let's talk about the Women's Invitational Cup. I'm going to be totally honest. I'm putting my foot down on it. 2D Lynn should have won. If you were going to want to build a star, especially where they were, even if she lost her women's title match, it would have been a much better story than Chelsea Green winning, who's already established. She didn't have to win this, but she did.
Right.
I probably wanted. That's what I would have done. I would have had the hometown girl win.
Yeah.
Face off, assign her to a full deal because she did really good.
Mm-hmm.
And
I disagree with you on that. But...
Okay, well, elaborate then.
Well, I don't think she was that good. There was just... We didn't know anything about her until she fucking debuted. You want someone who can draw viewers, and Chelsea Green can draw viewership.
I hate
this was a strategic move on NWA's part to draw attention to the fact that Chelsea Green was on the pay-per-view. Not some noob.
Here's my thing. Obviously, it was sold out both nights.
Yeah.
And people were not going to pay for the women's world title match on the 73rd.
No.
It was there.
Right.
But with the pop that I saw from Lynn, with the family there would have been a really good story there. But here's the thing.
Maybe, but I just didn't know who she was. I didn't really care.
I guess. I probably would have chosen, I don't know. I would have done, Debbie Malenko or something. Instead of Chelsea Green. Somebody who's established and also oh my God, this is another big payday where we could have maybe told the story a little bit better there.
Right.
But, maybe they just didn't know how good Chelsea or how good Debbie was going to be. Maybe exceeded their expectations. I wouldn't have done anything different. This was awesome.
Layla Hirsch was okay. I don't think she was ready for this.
Layla Hirsch won a very high profile match to get this opportunity. And then, once again, you had Kamille on AEW doing that. And then I thought they had a good build-up, so honestly. And then also the match itself was very good. They needed Kamille to face somebody else outside of the roster because I think they're trying to build that roster back. Mm-hmm. So if Layla Hirsch had to be the quote-unquote sacrificial lamb for Empower, I think it was the right call. I wouldn't have done anything different.
All right.
Given that.
Right.
I wouldn't have done a damn thing different.
Why the fuck would you?
Not a single damn thing. And that's not because, we've been doing this for a while. Just because this match was awesome.
Yeah.
Especially with the attitudes. And also they built it really well. So
they did.
Especially on Impact.
I love the attitudes. That made this match more than anything.
Absolutely. Oh, women's tag. I would have done anything different. I thought they had a really nice mix of different teams.
Yep.
They had a really good pacing of everything involved in this. And I thought the right girls won. It really establishes a good precedent for the titles going forward.
Especially for the NWA women's roster. It was NWA women who won.
Right. And I'm excited to see where this goes. And at the end of the day, especially with an introduction with a new belt, that's what you want.
Right.
You want that excitement. We already talked about it. I wouldn't have done anything different regarding any of these.
No.
I know you don't want to talk about it, but the triple threat match. It has to be on the card somewhere. What would you have done?
Fuck this shit. Well, number one, this
Diamante was the one that really made this horrible. I'm sorry.
It was her and the ref.
The ref was not good. I would have chosen a different ref.
Yeah.
And I would have done maybe a little gimmick here where Diamante may have attacked from behind and had a surprise.
Right.
Or maybe take somebody
out
of...
Because who cares about Diamante?
Right. Or take somebody out of the Women's Invitational Cup. Or maybe bring in somebody else from AEW. How about Thunder Rosa?
Right.
Have Thunder Rosa face these girls. That would have been a good match. Anybody else but Diamante. Diamante was out of place. She was sloppy.
Yeah.
She's never been good. I would have rather had Ivelisse.
Right.
Ivelisse isn't even on the roster. I would rather had her.
Yeah.
Or maybe Kira Hogan in this. She would have been fine. Kira Hogan was great during the show.
But I mean, Kylie Ray, she's okay, but she cannot carry the match.
No.
I felt like that Kylie Ray was being asked to carry this match, and it was just not good.
Right. And Chick Tormenta, the problem is with Chick Tormenta is that this is a totally new style. Chick Tormenta was fine, but once again, it's a totally different style than what it is here in America. So she was not leading. Kylie Ray was leading.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's just because she's on and off, but it was just not her position. It just wasn't. Bring in somebody else for this instead of Diamante. You have a ton of women that would have been perfect for this role.
Right.
Rihu would have been great for this. That would have been a really fun little match.
I forgot about that.
Nyla Rose would have been a great spot for this.
Oh, yeah.
I think Nyla Rose has that snap and intensity that would have really incorporated, because that's really what was missing here. It was felt too careful.
Yeah.
Somebody a little more confident. Emi Sakura, an established veteran. That would have been a really nice integration there. Or how about a Stardom girl? Mm-hmm. That would have been really nice, especially because Bushiroad, who owns NJPW, owns Stardom, and Stardom will have exhibition matches at the next show, which will be next week on our show, by the way. And speak of the devil, I think maybe we should talk about that.
I think we should. So next week, what are we, because we're pretty much at the end here of our show, what are we going to discuss? Well, of course, we got wrestling. Of course, we got heckling, but...
With 3 pay-per-views?
Well, it's 2.
It's 3.
One of them is just a 2-night show. I don't consider that.
Oh my God.
3 pay-per-views.
It's 3 pay-per-views. The 3 shows are 3 pay-per-views.
They're not, but we'll do a shorter heckling and a shorter wrestling.
Right.
But I'd consider the NJPW show to be just one show.
Right, depending on how many matches and how long they're going to be. Anyway, we have both nights of Wrestle Grand Slam.
We got a Grand Slam. We got AEW. It's just going to be a tremendous.
It's going to be a great week, especially with following this. It's like, how are you going to compete with that? So I'm really excited. So if you did enjoy the video, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel wherever you're listening this on, either on YouTube, Stitcher, podcasts, anywhere ever you're watching it. Go ahead and do that. Share it with your friends and become a patron where you can get cool exclusive stuff, and we're going to be releasing merch here soon, hopefully at some point in time until I can get to it. But as always, be majestic.